So the first thing that I'm going to do in the first month of being governor is, as quickly as possible with the legislature, we're going to legalize and tax marijuana. Because frankly, regardless of your feelings on marijuana, we need the revenue. We need the revenue, we need the revenue, we need the revenue. Okay? The next thing that I'm going to do is we are going to use Manchester as a target for fixing the homelessness problem. Okay? And there's some land outside of Manchester, about 805 acres, a little area called Hackett Hill, that I think would be a prime location for a state-sanctioned area that if we would offer homeless people, unhoused people, an area where we could set up a temporary encampment that would be state-sanctioned with facilities and all that sort of stuff. And my idea, my vision would be temporarily a yurt village, right? Yurts are great. They're you can live in them year-round. I got many friends that have, and they're cheap. Okay, and you can set them up and you can move them quickly. If we did that and then offered the homeless people, because, okay, one thing to understand about the homeless problem is that, like I said earlier, there's only one reason people are homeless in this state, and it is because there aren't enough houses. If you don't believe me, look at West Virginia, okay? West Virginia has very low cost of living, very few homeless people, still lots of drug problems. Another place that has done very well with homelessness is Houston. What did they do? They got every organization in the state or in the city on board with how to solve the problem. And a great thing to know about Houston is they have no zoning laws. So it was much easier for them to build the housing that was needed. So I would take these approaches to Manchester, okay, get all of the organizations on board and give people an option of somewhere that they could live, okay? And it's going to be temporarily in a tent, and then the next process is going to be upgrading those tents into tiny houses, okay? So in the first 30 days, I'm going to get that plan going. We're going to legalize marijuana, use that money to pay for rehabilitation services and for drug treatment programs to help the people that are homeless and that aren't homeless who have these issues. The next thing that I'm going to do is we are going to get a commission going with how we're going to reanalyze how we pay for education in the state, and we are going to we're going to fix the system. And it's not going to require any new taxes, okay? We're simply going to take this money that the state needs to provide, and we're going to increase all of the other ways that the state gets taxes. Here's a little funny thing. People say there's no sales tax in New Hampshire. There is. It's called rooms and meals tax. I pay it every month. People say there's no income tax in New Hampshire. There is. It's called business profit tax, business enterprise tax. I pay those. So we take these taxes, and there's a bunch of random little fees that the state of New Hampshire relies on, such as the liquor commission, your car registration. You know, we have a sales tax on houses. We have a sales tax on cars. We boost all of these just a little bit to make up for the local housing taxes for the schools. And that will, at the same time, be decreasing a bunch of our property taxes, which will be great for the economy. Because one thing people have to understand is in towns like mine, where, you know, in my building that's only 1,400 square feet, I'm paying $8,000 a year in taxes. The same building in Newcastle, Rye, or Newington would be significantly less. That's a huge burden on 30 or 40% of our towns and municipalities who are paying these massive property taxes. That's money that I don't have to keep my business viable or to pay my employees. That's money that my neighbors do not have to participate in the economy. The more money that they're paying in property taxes means it's money that they're not paying on burgers at my shop, or at clothes at Good Juju down the road, or at candles at the shop across the street. So it's really important that we get a commission going to figure out how we're going to fix this.